Optimizing your Amazon listing, don't miss these SEO audit must-dos. And we have a little bit of an SEO listing optimization sheet for you that's going to help you become an expert in minutes. And the first thing is there's usually 4 different phases of SEO. Now, SEO is optimizing your Amazon listing to rank higher, increase visibility, and attract more visitors, thus increasing sales. It involves keyword research, content improvement. So pretty much like optimizing your title, your bullet points, so that way you show up on Amazon more often. The more you show up, the more sales you generate, and that's SEO. Now, there's usually 4 phases, right? Phase 1 is when you first start on Amazon and you have your listing, you want to make sure that you have the best keywords for your product, right? So if you are selling a tennis ball, you want to make sure that you put tennis ball in the title. Obviously, you're not going to put baseball, right? So you need to have the best keywords for your product, and then also review your competitors' SEO. So what are your competitors doing that you're not doing? Number 2 is going to be cycling through keywords to rank. So once you have the best listing, right, the best keywords, what's going to happen is you're going to start ranking for that keyword. Once you start ranking for that keyword, it's time to add new keywords. So you're going to take out the keywords you're already ranking for, and you're going to add new keywords in on a recurring basis. This way you start to slowly add, right? It's just like your mind. When you read a book, you learn something new, but you're not going to read the same book over and over and over again. You're going to have another book and read another book, and you're going to learn more and become better and become smarter. It's the same with this. Your listing becomes better and smarter and smarter. But if you read 10 books at the same time, it's going to be difficult. So it's slow and steady. That's why we have different phases. Phase 3 is to strike zone keywords. That's when you're going to really dial in on the best keywords. So it's kind of going back and just triple checking that you really are targeting the best keywords. And then market share is then targeting keywords to gain more market share. This is kind of going to be with tools. Phase 3 and phase 4 are going to be utilizing tools like Jungle Scout, Helium 10, Amazon, things like that. And then of course, we've got the basic cheat sheet, right? Always look at your top competitors for online reference. You should get as close to the max letters as possible, right? That's what Amazon wants. They want you pretty much to have all of these keywords, so that way you're ranking higher. And you can see here's a little cheat sheet, bullet points. You can have 450 to 500 letters. Description, 1,500 to 2,000 letters. And then you can use something called lettercount.com, and that can just tell you the letter count, or character count, same thing, right? So that's going to be our little cheat sheet right there for you. And then here's some examples of SEO. So we've got some SEO. This one's optimized, right? And you can see the title. It's very clear. Kegel exerciser and continence stimulator with probe and bladder control. Pelvic floor exercise for women, electrical muscle stimulator. You can see they're shoving so many different keywords in this title. And that's because this listing has been built up. So they're cycling and they're putting the best keywords in their title. And you might think this is confusing to the customer, but since this listing is built up with so many reviews, over 1,900 reviews, this actually helps them rank higher and increase their sales. And then you can see their bullet points are really optimized. Kegel exercises, a simple clench and release exercises that makes the muscles under the uterus, bladder, or bowel stronger, help women who have problem with urine leakage or bowel control. So again, very good keywords here that's going to help them increase their sales. That's an example. Now, one thing that you can do, a lot of people don't do, is go in the back end of their listing and add back end search terms. So if you want to do that, what you can do is just go right into your inventory. And then once you're here, you're simply going to go all the way here and click edit. Once you're in edit, then you can go to product details, scroll down, and you're going to see something. Usually it's called generic keyword. It depends on your category, but you can add extra keywords in the background of your listing. And these are keywords that Amazon customers do not see. So you can kind of just like keyword stuff, or you can add Spanish keywords so you can rank for Spanish keywords. So that's a great opportunity, right? And then the next thing is going to be A+ content. So you can actually have text behind your A+ content, just like we did for this client right here. We put text behind the A+ content for Valentine's Day, so you can start ranking for Valentine's Day. Gifts for him, gifts for kids, right? And then we also put Spanish keywords on the back end. And the thing about this is customers can't see it, right? So it's great. And you start automatically ranking. So pretty much what you're going to do, again, is going to Amazon Seller Central, go to A+ Content Manager. Once you're here, then you're going to find your A+ content. If you create it, click Edit. And then once you create your A+ content, you can see that there's, let me just scroll down. When you put an image, you can edit and then put keywords behind the image, right? And this is going to help you with SEO ranking as well. So another thing that you can definitely do, and then updating keywords on a regular basis. So if we have a listing like this, and this is close to the one that we just showed, right? But what you want to do is still be cycling keywords every 60 to 90 days. If it's a brand new listing, you should be doing it every 60 days. If it's an old listing, you should be doing it every 90 days because you don't want to do it too quickly. But that's something that I see a lot of people not doing, and that helps you improve your rank. What you can do right now is take your ASIN, you can put it into Helium 10, and you can see what your organic rank is. So that way you can see when you're cycling keywords, how are you improving? So you just put in, you go, there's a link in the description. You go to Helium 10 Cerebro, you click Get Keywords. Once it does that, it fetches the data for you and it tells you your organic rank, right? The higher your organic rank, the better. You usually want an organic rank that's higher than 800. That means they're showing up on Amazon 984 times organically. And here's the exact keywords that they're showing up for, which is awesome. Now, if this was my competitor, I could export this data. And once I export this data, I could actually see what they're ranking for. Like what's their highest rank, what keywords they're ranking for, pelvic floor stimulators for women, right? They're ranking for this Innovo bladder control. And I can actually take some of these keywords and put it into my listing. So that's another thing that we could do is take keywords, right here, competitor analytics. And once we download that data, it's going to show us the exact competitor keywords, what they're using on the back end, what they're ranking for on Amazon, the search volume on Amazon. And of course, if we start ranking for a keyword like this and get an extra 14,000 views a month, you know you're going to be generating more sales as long as your listing is decent. And don't forget to go into the market share tab. This is another tab that you can go into if you're a brand owner. Right here, you can go to brand and then brand analytics. Once you're in there, then you're going to see this search analytics tab, and you can go to search query performance. What you can do is Amazon will add, and this is directly from Amazon, so it's the most legit out of all of them. It's pretty much what you're ranking for. This shows what you're ranking for, and you can see BioRef biodegradable bags and t-shirt bags spelled wrong is what we're ranking the highest for. So if you type in that, we're going to be showing up first, at least this client will be. And we can see the search volume, right? The impressions, the search query volume, the brand count, the clicks, all of this data that we can add in. Now, since we're already ranking for BioRef biodegradable bags, we're number one, we don't really need to focus on this. But this data, what we can do is let's look at search funnel impressions. You can see this keyword is getting 1 million impressions right now, and it's the word shopping. So if and our score is very, very low. It's like number 200. So if you type in shopping, we're showing up like on page 100, right? So what we want to do is see if we can rank for some of these keywords that are getting tons of searches on Amazon, right? So look at this. This is a Spanish keyword. So I can probably rank for this, take this Spanish keyword, put it on the back end of my listing. And usually Spanish keywords are extremely easy to rank for because a lot of people aren't targeting them. So that's a good one. Shopping bags for groceries, reusable grocery bags, heavy duty, I believe this says. So again, this is another way, and this one's directly from Amazon. So it's like extremely, extremely legit. And that's where the experts come in, and they're going to be using tools like this. And then once you start doing this, you go through phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, you're optimizing your listing. You'll notice that you start showing up for #1 on Amazon for a lot of different keywords. So it's just one step at a time to succeed on Amazon. And if you are stuck and you need help, go to the link in the description. We'll give you a free listing audit. Just click here, fill out your details, and bada bing, bada boom, you'll get an email from us. We're going to actually do a manual audit, give you your top competitors, how much money they're making per month, and actual improvements you can make. The best part is we're going to be real with you, right? We're not going to be biased. If you ask your friend, they're going to be like, oh, your product's great. I love it. They're not going to tell you the truth, right? If it's crap, but we will. So we're here to help you, and that way you can increase your sales. And if maybe it's great and we can just add some value to you for free. But that's it for today's video. If you want more Amazon videos, tell me what to cover next in the comments. If you learned something new, drop a like. And if you're an Amazon seller, I highly recommend subscribing to our channel because we're giving away great content that's going to help you in your Amazon journey. And of course, if we need help with increasing sales, anything mentioned in this video, or just help selling on Amazon, contact EHP Consulting Group. Links right in the description to contact us or schedule a call. And one of our most popular services is our full Amazon account management service. This is where we'll manage your inventory, optimize your listings, monitor them, help increase your SEO, run your ads, and most importantly, grow your sales. It's all about helping you work on your business, not in it every day. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP Consulting Group, signing out. Boo.